Good. Everybody in here. Squeeze in here. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want. That's good. Okay, is everybody almost ready? All right. Eight students. Okay, so I'm going to start. Well, hello everyone. My name is Perry Corelli, for those of you who don't know me. I am really happy to welcome you all to this is the second seminar rally we've done in this area. So welcome everyone. And we plan to do many more. So for those of you that aren't familiar with what a seminar and rally is, it's kind of a unique gin event in that it's specifically to focus on building a downline, to building an affiliate network, and to teach you some of the key points that will enhance and even guarantee your success if you apply them, if you follow them to the letter. Now, the seminar is going to be broken into two parts. The first part, or seminar and rally, which is why they call it a seminar and rally. There's a seminar and then there's a rally. So the first part is the seminar, where I'm going to go over the specific detail of the topic of this one, which I will announce, which you probably already know, but I will announce it in a minute here. And I'll go over the method and the key factors that enhance again and make it work for you like magic. And we're going to go to about 4:30 on that. So about 3 hours. We're going to take about a 20-minute break in between, and then we'll get to the rally portion of it. And during the rally portion, it's a very important key factor actually in building a network for your downline, because what we do during the rally part is something called recognition. And recognition is absolutely, it's an essential key. It's actually part of the system that makes the whole thing work. The system that makes people accomplish and achieve things, or at least aids them in that. So during the rally portion, members will come up here and they'll tell you, give you little testimonies of the benefits and value that they've derived since being in the club. So you kind of get not only an idea and empowered yourself from the successes of others, but you're going to do something called recognition. You're going to give and receive recognition. The people up here will be receiving it. They'll be receiving the good intentions and energy from you folks. And when you put out true, genuine happiness or good feelings for other people's successes, you yourself are vibrating that within yourself. You're vibrating happiness for success. And when you are, that's what you'll ultimately be creating and attracting to you. So it's like the benefit goes both ways. The one receiving the recognition and the one giving the recognition. It's virtually, it's a scriptural principle. You give it out, it comes back multiplied. So it works like magic. And that's what we'll do during that portion of the seminar, the rally portion. What we'll do is we'll break it like 4:30. There's a lot of places up the road here to get something to eat. Then we'll come back here around 6. And whoever wants to give a testimony will come up here and do that. So you'll be in store for some awesome testimonies. And I have some of the folks called me that we're going to make it. And they have businesses and different things. So there'll be some other folks here to give testimonies as well, in addition to who's already here. So that's the rally portion of it. And if you have any questions, just jot them down. And at the end here, when I'm finished going over the methods and the techniques and some of the other concepts I'm going to share with you, I'll open it up for questions if we have time. And if not, you can always catch me afterwards or in between the breaks and stuff, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. So, I said this was the second seminar and rally I did so far in this whole area that's been done. The first one was something called How to Get Started Fast. And if you look over here, you'll see like the second one here, How to Get Started Fast. There's a whole CD course on how to do that. It's how to get started fast in building an affiliate network or your downline business. And I went over that in the first seminar, the detail of something called the 8-step pattern for success. Now in this seminar, I'm going to do something called How to Go Platinum in 90 Days. And platinum is a certain level in the affiliate program that you can reach. And I'll define that in a second. And as you can see, there's a whole tape series on this, rather CD series. Back in the tape world still, right? In fact, I have 8 tracks on that series if you really want them. So, reel to reel for some of the older fellas here, right? I'm talking to you, red beard. Anyway, that's an inside joke between me and dude here. So, anyway, I'm going to go over how to go to platinum in 90 days. And for those of you that don't know what the platinum level is, actually, I pulled out the insert. It's not there. How do I do the insert? That's a good question. Well, I'll draw it. What it amounts to is this. I don't have it over there, Everett. I did have it. I actually pulled it out of the oven. I think I put it back in there. Hold on. Oh, I did. All right. Well, for those of you that don't know, when you're building a downline or affiliate network, there's something called platinum level. So, like, here's you. And you're a happy camper. We gotta give you happiness. And what you do to build a platinum is you have this. What? You have Karen? You have something to say, Mark? Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna be like you, Karen. Nobody talks when I'm talking. I was like the Gestapo of teachers. All right, come on. There's a seat right there in the front for all of you guys. All right, so as I'm saying, the whole seminar is about how to go platinum in 90, and this is what a platinum level is. First you, and then you'll sponsor other people in. And I'm going to go through the entire method of how to do this and how to do it in 3 months. And what you're going to do to be a platinum is you're going to sponsor 10 people in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So you've sponsored all these people in. So you'll have 10 on what would be your first level. And then each of these 10 have to get 1. And once you get your 10 in, you'll be helping these folks that do get in get their 1 and 2. So that's kind of how it works. And it's not limited to that, of course. I mean, you get 20 if you want. And some of these folks might get a lot of people under them. But that's basically what a platinum is. You have 10 on your first level, and each of those have at least 1 under them. So you're like 10 on your second level. You have 20 people total to be a platinum. And what I'm going to do today is teach you how to build this correctly the first time, so you don't have to do it again. And at the conclusion of this, you'll have everything you need to do it. So the format I'm going to follow here, first, everyone that's a member here knows what the training does for you. I mean, the ultimate goal as you go up in these levels is to raise your vibration level and get more familiar with and applying how extraordinarily successful people think and the formula which they've all used to achieve that extraordinary success. So you could virtually apply this to anything you want. So I think the first thing one would consider is, where am I going to put my focus at? Where am I going to put all this training at to reach as far as a vehicle for my financial goals? Because if you're here wanting to build a downline, it's something that interests you, and it interests you, I'm sure, for more than one reason, but ultimately to serve as a vehicle to reach your financial dreams, whatever those are. So, first I want to go over, is this the right vehicle? I mean, why sit here and listen to this or even go with it if it's not? Is this a vehicle that will take you to that target, whatever your target is, whatever your financial goals are? So I'm going to go over that first, because there are some key factors that make a network or a multi-level structured system or company succeed. And all of these 5 factors really need to be in place, which I'm going to go over. So we're going to see if that works. Okay, we can shut that off. That would be great. Okay, so then, once I go into that, I'll go over specific techniques of how it's done, how you can do this in 90 days. And in the end, I'm going to go over, actually, through the middle and the end, I'm going to do something a little different, and then I'm going to give some of the higher level applicable training of how to create. I'm going to go into some of the create process because I think it's very relevant to this. You know, you can give people the nuts and bolts, but if they don't apply some of these principles, it's kind of a harder road. Whereas if they do incorporate these principles of how we actually manifest or create things in our life that I'm going to share with you, it like oils the wheel, if you will. It makes it go so much easier. It makes it work so much better, like magic almost. So I'm going to end with that. Certain mentalities in the create process that will enhance and enable the whole thing to work much, much quicker for you, much easier for you, much more smoothly, if you will. And then again, I'm going to open it up for some questions, answers at the end if you have time. So to begin, let's go over what makes an affiliate network or an MLM, multi-level structured company, successful. Now there's 5 things here that do that. Research has indicated that there's 5 key factors necessary for the success of this type of business. And they are, the first one is, it's got to have experienced people that are running the show, that are behind it. They have to be experienced and have a plan for the future. That's the first thing. The second thing is the product in demand. The third thing is the compensation plan. Do they have a good compensation plan? The fourth thing is training and support. Does he have good training and support? And the fifth thing is the timing right? So does Jin have all these factors in place? Because it takes all 5. Now the answer is a resounding yes, but I'm going to go over each one specifically, and let's just see if it does. Otherwise, you might as well go enjoy the sun, right? If it does, then this just may very well be the vehicle that you want to put all that training that you're learning in the member side of the club to use. So the first one, experience and a plan for the future. Well, who do we have in this club? Who's one of the, we have 3 of some of the best of the best in this multi-level type marketing structured system. You have Kevin Trudeau. Everybody knows him pretty well. He's probably the best, well known for very successful multi-level marketing companies. We have somebody called Chris McGarrihan. The members all know him. Some of the affiliates that are here don't. He's made an entire study of this. I mean, he studies all multi-level marketing companies to come to these actually key factors that I'm going over. So, I mean, the man has dedicated his life to studying multi-level marketing companies. Every different possible kind you can think of. He's got them under study and scrutiny to see what makes them tick, click, and last for a long time. Very successful. So we have him and we have Blaine Aythorne. The members all know him, and the folks that don't know that name, he's a very renowned individual also in the multi-level marketing business, very successful businessman. So we have just those 3 people alone. We have the experience. Remember, experience and a plan for the future. So what's Jin's plan for the future? Well, I mean, it's no less than members in every part of the world. And we're almost on our 4th anniversary here. In November 1st, it will have been 4 years since the launch of this club. But in less than 3 years, this club was already in over 150 countries. So I'd say we're right on target for that future plan. In fact, ahead of target. fact, it's amazed everybody how fast it's grown in such a short period of time. So we have the experienced team, and we have the plan for the future well underway already. So the product, is the product in demand? Well, think about it. What is the product here? The product is really training people in the formula or recipe or the mechanics that all very outrageously successful people, how they've achieved that success. And essentially, how to create health, wealth, and prosperity. How to direct that formula, that recipe that all extraordinarily successful people have used to achieve their success and wealth, and health, and relationships, or whatever else you want to apply it to. That's the product. Is that in demand? Well, it's probably the most unspoken, demanded product that people just don't call a product. I don't want to say everybody, because I don't know that everybody wants to improve their lot in life. It's somewhere down in probably the majority of the people, they do want to, they want to know and find a better way. They want to improve themselves in some way or another. And they just, most people don't know where to start, where to turn. There's just so much information out there. So it's certainly a product that's in high demand, whether it's named or not, by almost everyone. And if you add that to, in this club, it's presented by world-class speakers. World-class speakers, and it's presented in a systematic and codified, step-by-step way that can truly only be obtainable in the higher echelons of secret societies. I mean, that's the only place you're going to find it, in this systematic, codified, step-by-step way where people can follow it up as they're ready. Whatever gradient they can handle. And there's no other place you're going to get this information. So, between world-class speakers and this extraordinary product that's in high demand, add that to the benefit of these programs like this one, to where you have opportunities to make money. Because a lot of people are looking for something new to do, and they just, they don't have any idea. A lot of people do, and great, they focus this training right on it. A lot of people are looking, I got to do something new. What I'm doing is it's not doing it for me. Yeah, I got this business, and it's making me money, but I in free time, what good is it? All this money, I can't spend it, because if I get away from that business for 10 minutes, my employees will take over. Fall apart. So, it's in demand. I think I'd like to push that one as far as I could go with it. Product's in demand. We got a great product. We got great presenters. It's just a great product. So it's in demand. Compensation plan. We have a good compensation plan, which is the fourth thing. No, we don't have a good compensation plan. We have an excellent compensation plan. Because in this business, unlike most that you start, you have to put a lot of money out and a lot of time before it actually starts coming in. I mean, most businesses you start, let's face it, you've got utilities, rents, employees, equipment. You've got thousands and tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, depending on how big the business is. And this is almost always all money that's loaned in, and before you even get close to being in the black, it's a year or two or three or more down the road. Whereas in this business, you can earn money quickly. I mean, you can actually be in the black on this, making a profit by the end of the month. I mean, if you really even stock up on tools so you can really get this thing going quickly and get a lot of stuff out there, I mean, within a month or two, you can still be in the black. It's doable. So you can make money quickly, number one. Number two, it's leveraged. It's leveraged in that once you talk to these people in on your first level, and they get other people in, and everything, you get some roots going here eventually. It's just the way it works. Everything everyone does under you, you get a percentage of. So it's leveraged. You're not the only one. One man can only do so much in a day. You know, if you're a bricklayer, you can only lay so much brick, but if you got 20 of them there and you're getting an end up, everybody that's playing brick, well, man, you can get a lot more done. So your leverage can make it fast, it's leveraged, and it's residual. The people that get involved in this club, I mean, if they really get in and engage in the system that's going on here, they're not going anywhere. Because the benefits and value of being in this club just so outweigh the cost of getting in it and the dues, that you're going to have members for life if they get in and they're engaged, which means you got a paycheck coming for as long as they stay members, probably the rest of your days, for that matter. So the compensation plan's there. It's excellent. The fourth thing was training and support. Do we have good training and support? Again, the answer is no. We have excellent training and support. I mean, the way, as I just went over, the structure of it, it's extensive, it's comprehensive, and it's in such a simplified step-by-step way that anybody can do this. I mean, there's no race to get up to these higher levels, but you can go up as fast as you want to go. And the way it's set up, anyone can do this, because it's totally comprehensive. And the support, I mean, the training is like next to nothing anybody else has, but the support. My God, we have events, we have webinars, we have stuff on the site. There's major events all over the planet. You have an online community you can get involved in. There's meetings like this all the time. There's a fellow that does 2 meetings a month here. They're more about members discussing things along the lines of the training and everything. But then you have also things like this, seminars to train for the opportunities that are available. So between that and the audios and the videos that are available and the written stuff, I mean, the training and the support are over the top. So it has that. And then lastly, and well, before I get up to training and the support, I would just add that, I mean, if you're involved in this club, you can like just rest assured that you are not alone. It's not like we say, there's the formula. Good luck. See you later. No. You have the support of every member in the club. And when you get involved with this club, you've just plugged into like the juice, if you will. So the last thing is the timing. Is the timing right? Well, actually the timing right now to get in this club is perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect, Kevin. Perfect. Because gin is not yet that well known. Not even in the U.S. Yeah, we're in 150 countries, which is awesome. But it's not that well known yet. And you can prove that by maybe doing a little experiment and survey on your own. Ask somebody, have you ever heard of Global Information Network? I mean, and the chances are, not a lot of people are going to say yeah. Not even in this country yet. So it's wide open. I mean, it's wide open. So, Gin has all 5 key factors that make a multi-level structured company a success. So it's definitely a vehicle that'll get you to where you want to go financially. Definitely a great vehicle to apply and focus your training on. So I think we got to get on with the details now that we've established that this is definitely a way for you to reach your financial goals, your financial dreams.
Can you mention those 5 again, just real quick so I can write them down?
Sure. 5 are, they have to have experience and a plan for the future. The product has to be in demand. Compensation plan has to be good. The training and support have to be good. And the timing has to be right. Those are the 5 things that make all multi-level structured organizations a success long term. If they're not all in place, they might last a little bit, 6 months, a year, maybe 2, if they're lucky. That's about it. They'll fold, and that's what the stats show. So, how to build platinum. How do we build a platinum level downline correctly the first time? You only have to do it once. Well, it's essential that you utilize the time-tested, proven to work, proven to create huge downlines and residual incomes method that's worked 100% of the time for those that have followed it to the letter. And that method is known as the 8-step pattern for success. Now rest easy, those that were at the last seminar. I know I went over the 8-step pattern there as well. The difference is, well, there's two differences. This time, number one, it's a new unit of time. And you all know the significance of that. Well, maybe all of you know. All the members certainly do. And what it really amounts to is that from one day to the next, we're really a different person. You've changed. And when you look or read or hear something in a new unit of time, you get a little more out of it. A little more out of it. So that's one thing. But even more importantly, I'm gonna tailor the 8-step pattern specifically for how to do it in 90 days. I'm going to give you the specifics of how to hone in that pattern to do it as fast as possible. In 90 days is pretty fast. So, and I'm also going to, as I go, explain what each tools are necessary at each step. So, it's going to be specifically tailored how to go platinum in 90 days. Whereas the last was detailed, but general information so you could just get started quickly and get going. This is so you can hone in, focus on a specific technique, as well as some of the other concepts I'm going to give you that will aid in making it go much smoother and tailor it totally to how to do it in 90 days. Okay, on to the first step. First step in the 8-step pattern for success is to find your dream and get a burning desire for its success. Now, consider this step as etched in granite. Because no matter what it is that you set out to achieve, you need to do this first step. There's no more important thing you'll do when you're about to go achieve something. You must define what it is you want, your dream, your target, and you must get that burn to get it for its success. Now I know for those that were at the first seminar, I went over this concept for a considerable amount of time because of its importance. And I'm going to go over it again, not quite as long, but I'm going to go over it again because its importance is unparalleled. Now, for those of you that read Think and Grow Rich, or heard of it, there's an entire chapter devoted to this concept, to defining your dream and getting the burn for its success. And every other chapter, virtually, makes mention of it to one degree or another, and that's how important it is. And who is the fellow that wrote Think and Grow Rich? Napoleon Hill. He spent 20 years researching, studying, and interviewing. I think it was like 25,000 people. Some of the most successful people of that era. Some of the most successful people of the last 100 years, for that matter. And he thought it was so important as to inundate his entire book with the concept and dedicate an whole chapter on it. In fact, he keeps saying, I'm not going to tell you what the secret is at the beginning, but it's better if you discover it on your own. And I'm not saying this is it, but the book's pretty inundated with this concept. So certainly Napoleon Hill is a heck of an endorsement for this. And I also quoted the last time Kevin Trudeau. Kevin said that this first concept of defining your dream and getting the burning desire for its success was more important than all other 7 steps combined. All other 7. If you put them all together and gave them some weighted number, they wouldn't get close to this first step. in importance. So there's another heck of an endorsement there. So pay attention to this important first step. Don't just say, okay, I got it, because it's just, like I say, etch it in granite. Define your dream, get the burn. No matter what it is you want to do, you must get that. You must have a clear target, is what it amounts to. You have to know where it is that you want to go. Otherwise, you're just wandering around. Right? Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, so is that. Oh, you got to focus. You have to define your target. And the target in this seminar is platinum. And my intention is to give you the roadmap that'll get you there. You need only follow it. And platinum you will be. Yes, Kevin, you'll be it. All right. Now at this juncture, I want to sidetrack a little bit so that you have a good understanding on the importance of a create process that a lot of the members know here. And those of you who are affiliates, I'm going to kind of give you an explanation of it. You got to know where it is you want to go. You got to know your target. Now, everybody here is familiar with kind of the way the target system is set up. We have some clean space here. Give you some illustrations. You might want to see how well I do these drawings. All right, so dreams. All right, define your dream. That was the first thing, right? Now, dreams are big. They're huge. They're kind of far out there. They're not even really within the realm of something you can believe you can do. Not immediately, anyway, right? Dreams are 10, 20, 30 years, 2 lifetimes out. So dreams are huge. And I say 2 lifetimes because some dreams keep going on long after the dreamer of that initial dream is gone. I mean, Walt Disney, lots of different companies and things are still going, foundations and other things. Walt is long gone. Disney's still growing. His dream isn't done yet. It's not even fulfilled yet. So dreams can be a few lifetimes. And I'm gonna relate these kind of in size. Like, I'm gonna kind of relate them to like celestial bodies. Like, here's the sun, right? The sun is, how many years can you fit in the sun? Who's the science? How many? Holy, that's a lot. So the dreams are big. Right? There's your dreams. All right? Dreams, they're big, they're monstrous, they're huge. Now here's you down here, right? About the size of the earth. And as you know, people that know this process, can you see that, Tim? Okay, so here's you. That's you. A little line there. And you have what we call, well, your chief aim, right? Let's make that like, that's about the size of Jupiter. How many Jupiters? Probably about 10, 20,000 Jupiters within the sun. So your chief aim's a little bit bigger here. All right, so you got the chief aim. All right, platinum. You're all here to learn how to go platinum in 90 days, so we're just going to say platinum. Whatever the chief aim is what it is. Okay, so here's you, here's the chief aim, and these are your dreams. And in between you and your chief aim is what we call the next logical step, which makes sense. So look at the next logical step here. That's how I can get there. All right, so here's you, next logical step, chief aim, dreams. And again, dreams are huge. 10, 20, 30 years, a couple of lifetimes. Chief aims, they tend to be in like the 6 months to 5 year range. And the next logical step, well, that's something that you can achieve in the next day to 30, 1 to 30 days, I'd say. right? This is, whereas the dreams, I mean, these are like way out there. I don't know, islands that you own, 10 Lamborghinis, houses all over the world, jet planes, private yachts. I mean, whatever your dream is, foundations that you want to start for causes that you have an affinity toward, something, dream, something you want to build, something huge, something like way out there, And the chief aim, that's kind of a vehicle, in this case platinum, will bring in the funds or whatever you need to get you to these dreams. And the next logical step, well, those are the steps you're going to take on a day-by-day basis to get to that chief aim. Of course, once you achieve that, you're going to change that. But that's the progression. So, you may have heard the old saying in the club that the difference between you and an outrageously successful person is time and the size of your dream, or the size of your dream and time. Now I'm using celestial bodies for another reason for this illustration. I'm using these celestial bodies because I want to equate size with gravity or pulling force. Now, most of you know that the bigger the celestial body, the stronger the gravity, stronger the pulling force. It's like the reason the astronauts come to the moon, it's a much little smaller orb, less gravity, they could jump 20, 30 feet. I think they even go weights up there, didn't they? So they didn't jump off and fly off in space. If they did a really good leap. So the size of these bodies has a direct relationship to how much pulling force or gravity it has. And the reason I want to relate that to just the dream versus the chief aim versus the next logical step, and equate it to that saying about the difference between you and outrageously successful people is the size of your dream and time, is because you would think, if I'm relating this to dreams, okay, the bigger the dream, the more that it'll pull me into it, right? The more power or gravity or pulling force the dream would have to pull me to it. But in actuality, the bigger your dream, the more or the greater force that you are generating to pull that dream into you. It's not pulling you to it. The bigger you can get your dream, the more pulling force it has to bring it right into you. You're the one creating this. It's not pulling you to it. You created it. You're pulling it to you. So you want to get your dream as huge as you can get it. I mean, dream, man. And most people just don't dream anymore. We used to dream when we were kids. Man, you put a kid in a corner, he'd be there for 4 hours with a couple of little cars and an army guy or a couple of dolls in the tea party. And they were in their own little world there, praying, all by themselves, a couple of lives. Had conversations going on, the whole world. They were just happy as could be. What happened to that? So the dream actually generates a huge force within yourself to pull it to you. So you want to get your dream as big as possible. You want to get it huge, in fact. And if you don't have huge dreams, there's a good exercise you can do. We did it last time, and I'm not going to have you do it here, but what it really amounts to is that you imagine that money's no object. You've got all the money in the world. You've got so much money you can spend it in 10 lifetimes. What would you do? What would you be? What would you have? What you do is sit down for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Say, okay, I got all the money I could possibly spend. What would I have? What would I be? What would I do? And write out a list. And every time you do this, I guarantee you, your list will start getting bigger. You might even be surprised after 5 or 10 minutes. Wow, that's all I could do if I had trillions of dollars to do it. And I mean, pretend you have a a machine that converts the free energy that's everywhere into whatever you want it. And really you do, it's right between your ears. It's an energy conversion machine. That's another thing. Just imagine you've got all this, you're going to access all the money in the world and do this exercise. This will expand your ability to dream. And I want you to kind of think about the concept a little bit, because it might take a minute to sink in. Think about that concept there, Kevin. Figure the dream, figure that gravitational pulling force you'll have for it through you. And remember, the dreams are lofty, huge, not so much believable anytime soon concepts. Whereas the chief aim and the next logical step, you absolutely believe that you can do those. Like I say, chief aims tend to be 6 months to 5 years. You're going to pull off this chief aim in 90 days if you follow this process. So define your dream. Set your chief aims platinum. This is what you decide you want to do. And set down that next logical step. That's the 8-step pattern that I'm going over right here. You've already taken actually the first step toward platinum. You're here to find out what it is, what the process is that everyone else has used to get them to platinum. You've just taken the next logical step to platinum. And if platinum is the vehicle you're going to use to achieve your financial dreams or financial goals, which will ultimately get all these dreams coming in, well, you're in the right place. So then only next thing, again, was to define your dream and then get a burning desire for its achievement. So how do you get that burn if you don't already have it? Well, the burn is in direct relation or in direct ratio to your belief that you can do it. You believe you can do it. And if you want to boost up your belief level a bit, all you got to do is engage in the system in this club that the membership offers, and the books, the audios, the events. It's something we call recognition relationships, which is giving and receiving recognition that I went over a little bit at the start here, which is what we'll do in the rally portion of this, and establishing relationships with positive, like-minded individuals. That's the way you'll build up your belief level. So step two in the 8-step pattern for success. Step 2 is pretty short and pretty simple, actually. It's make some commitments. Only really 2 commitments you got to make to get this thing done in 90 days. You have to make a commitment in time, and you're going to have to get some tools. Now, the only way we figure the minimum time you have to commit to do this in 90 days is 15 hours a week. And the beauty of that is, it might be a little stretch for some, but the beauty of it is this is a night and weekend business. I found that the best time to do this is between 6 and 9 o'clock at night, on any day of the week. Because most people do have day jobs, day hours. And if you're going to do it on the weekend, well, 1 to 3 are a good time too. You could vary that a little bit, but 1 to 3, Saturday and Sunday works well. 6 to 9 on any day of the week in the evening. That's after most people have eaten, and it's before they're kind of settled in for the night and ready just to lay back and probably aren't really that interested in talking to anybody. Now, if this much time is not something you can fit into your schedule, if this much time is a little too much for the commitments you currently have, it's okay. You don't have to say, oh, I can't do this. I can't put the time in. It'll just happen a little slower for you. So put 3/4 of that time in. Put 7 hours in it, 7.5 hours. Whatever it is, it's okay. Because the system and the process that I'm going to give you will work. It'll just take you a little longer. All right, so you can't do it in 3 months. You can do it in 4 or 5 or 6. The point is you'll get it done. And the point is that this process will get you there. And the other commitment you're going to have to make is tools. You're simply going to have to make tools. And I mean, you gotta have your wishes, your commands to give to people. You gotta have these introduction CDs that introduce the club, right? Money Making Secrets. There's a couple others, Success Secrets Revealed. You gotta give out the intros, get people interested in listening to the CD set, your wishes, your command. And once you give those out, depending on what they're gonna do next, you're either gonna need something called Your Next Move, or How to Get Started Fast, that you're going to put these in their hands once they get going. Remember, this money's gonna be leveraged. All these people that you get in under you, you're gonna have a percentage of all that coming to you. So you wanna help them as much as possible, get them started right, which is another part of the step-by-step process here. Right, Linda? Linda knows. So, okay, that's step 2, make some commitments. Define your dream and get a burning desire for success. Make some commitments. Number 2. Number 3, use the product. You gotta use the product. The product. And the club, the books, the audios, the events, all of it. And the major reason you gotta use the product is you've got to use the product to know the product. I mean, how are you going to tell somebody about a product or something you're involved in if you don't know nothing about it? You got to know the product. You got to use it to know it. And you got to know it to believe in it. I mean, all the members here have a certain belief level because they've used the product. They've listened to the audios. They've gone to the events. They've read the books. They know the product. And they believe in the product. And once you believe in the product, others will. So when you're talking to these others, they're going to know it. They're going to get it on every level. I mean, they're going to see it in your stance. They're going to hear it in your words. They're going to feel it in the vibes you're putting out. Still say that in the vibes? They're going to feel it, right? You're going to get it across. Like all of those who've read The Magic of Thinking Big, you remember there's a specific concept in there that says believing is the key, the major key, whether people will be attracted to your business. So you have to be a product of the product. You have to become a member. You have to engage in the system. You got to know the product. You got to use it to know it to believe in it. And once you believe in it, if that belief again, others will. If you're not a member, you're not using the product. Maybe a little bit of it. So your belief level's about this big. It's like throwing a rock at somebody versus throwing a cannonball at them. Depending on how your belief is, right? All right, so the reason, two little stats here I wrote down. Well, the product itself, what Jim is going to teach you, what I went over a little bit in the beginning here. I mean, those that are engaged in this club are being taught how extraordinarily successful and wealthy people achieve that success and wealth. They're given the formula, they're given the recipe. The top 100 earners in this club are level 4 and above. Why is that? It's because they have the most training. They have used the product the most, right? Well, there's also level 5 and 6s, but I said level 4 and above are the top earners. It's because they've changed their vibration. It's because they understand and are getting a greater understanding each day, each level, each moment they practice what they've learned of how to create what they want in their life and how to activate that law of attraction you hear about. Because it certainly works. They use the product. They read the books. They listen to the audios. They go to the events. They give and receive recognition. They establish relationships with positive, like-minded people. They watch the webinars. They engage. They go to major events. They come to events like this one. You guys are using the product right now. This is good. This is very good. All right. this juncture, we could take a little bit of a break, and then I'll pick up at step 4, because that kind of starts where it's specifically tailored how to go flat in the 90s. So why don't we do like 20 minutes here? Those of you